All right, so there's 6 months left of the new year, and I'm planning on basically trading the best possible way that I can. Right, the last 6 months, I basically took out about $6,000 worth of payouts, and about like $1,500 of trading live money. So that's about $7,500 of profitability. And I'm planning on basically trying to actually 10 times that, a little bit more, probably like 13 times that, trying to make $100,000 in the next 6 months by literally trading ICT concepts and literally taking the best trades possible, right? Relying on confidence and relying on my decision making and understanding ICT concepts, right? So if we can get right into the trade recap of, I think this was Friday, we get right into it. So if I go right to a 5 minute time frame, so you can see why I got certain zones already drawn. Okay, right here. All right, so you see right here, 9:30 opens, right? Then we go down, come back up, go down again, sweeping out internal sell side, and right here sweeping um external, right? Sweeping external sell side liquidity, and then sweeping internal liquidity, right? And you see right here, once we close above here, right, we get that bullish change in the state, aka order block. That's why I have these zones right here drawn. Right, so we go down right to a 1 minute time frame, and I think we was aligned with the macro. Yes, 950 to 1010 is right here, so we're aligned with the macro. And let's zoom in so I can show you my play and the reason why I got in. Okay, so let me just draw this bullish fair value gap, because some people be thinking about fair value gaps is always going to get retraced to. Yes, in a sense, but when you're extremely bullish, you want to see something that's called breakaway gaps. Breakaway gaps are basically fair value gaps that gets left unmitigated, right? So you don't want to see it return back to that fair value gap. So that's a sign of bullish order flow. So as you see right here, once we close right here above this bearish candle, that's a bullish change in the state of delivery, right? And we have a bullish breaker. We have a low, high, lower low, higher high. So this zone right here is actually coupled with multiple things, right? We have this, I just showed you the bullish breaker. That's the first kind of confluence entry model that you could have used to go up. See how perfectly it touched it right there. So you have that bullish breaker, and then you have that the OB's wick, so the order block, the most sensitive part of the wick, and you actually have the order block, right? And then also you have this inverse fair value gap right here. You see how right here it gets used, this bearish fair value gap gets used to go down. So once we get above it, you want to see the same zone be used to go up. So you see right here we have so many confluences, right? We have about, you have the bullish breaker, you have the order block, you have the order block's wick, you have the inverse fair value gap, right? And then you see how it comes down and expands perfectly. So I was supposed to actually get my entry the moment it touched, right? The moment it kind of came into it like this. I'll put the jump in long right here. Boom. But I was being a little more patient. As you see, it ran away and then it closed above this order block. So that's where I got my entry. Stop loss below this order block, right? Sometimes you got to be actually real quick with it. And you see right here, it gave me a nice 90 points. So I was actually targeting. These highs right here, up here. But you see, we have so many buy side liquidity zones that you could have got your target at. And I know because it ran so far that I just knew it was going to do a pullback. So once it gave me the opportunity of sweeping some actual buy side liquidity, which was right here, that was 93 points. That was a lovely trade. I got out, and that was it. And you see it came right back, used the same bullish order block coupled with the fair value gap right here to go higher. And then, but yeah, so that was my actually trade recap. That was the one of my best trades that I took. And what I'm actually working on is actually trying to get switched to a live account, and I figured out the method thanks to Don, one of my fellow traders, he actually kind of broke the method on how to actually get switched to live, but you gotta really know what you gotta really know how to trade for real. You actually have to actually manage risk reward. You can't be over trading, you can't be over leveraging. You literally gotta like take the same amount of contracts, same amount of trades the whole time. Which is really one and done, two and done's. Even if you can lose, but it's all about how you lose, right? When you lose, do you revenge trade? Do you over leverage to get the trade back? Right? They see all of that. So the method is basically to because I'm gonna start with a new account. I'm gonna start with a new account. I'm gonna copy me a brand new account, and I'm gonna copy me two new accounts, and I'm gonna just flow like that. Which is and the account that I'm on right now, I'm just practicing on it to trade the proper way because I already been trading up and down on it. So I'm gonna just for now trade the proper way, and then pass it, and then get to the buffer and then cash out from that one. And alongside that one, I'm gonna give me two new ones because the goals they have four right accounts. But so what I'm gonna do is after I pass this one, I'm going to get me two new accounts and I'm gonna trade them the proper way, right? I'm gonna just do the slow grind Dawn method, which is basically only trade with three contracts. And basically, if I do get a win off the first trade, I'm done for the day. So that's how it's gonna go. So it's basically gonna be two trades done. I only get two trades. Wait, no, I get three trades, right? But if I lose the first two trades, you're done. Got to come back tomorrow, right? And I'm only taking the trades during the macro. Right, and I'm only taking certain plays. Like I'm only taking the basically the 2022 model, long or short, and I would be taking breaker plays. Yeah. So which is basically the same thing I trade, which is the 2022 model, long or short. It just I kind of take whichever entry model, but which is my bread and butter, and then the breaker plays 1 minute breakers, 5 minute breakers. So it's literally gonna be A+ setups, and it's always gonna have to be during the macro, right? On those two accounts that I'm copy trading on. And yeah, so basically you got 6 more months. It's about I think it was like 200 and something days, something like that. And yeah, basically, and we're not trading on Mondays either. So Mondays, no trading on Mondays. On Fridays, one and done. So I'll be able to take my 2 shots or 3 shots Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And another thing, if I'm actually up on Friday, like on the week, if I'm up on Friday, I'm not trading on that account. So Monday, definitely no trading days at all, no matter what's going on, unless it's a red folder news. Unless it's a red folder news, and I only get one. So yeah, I only get I only get one shot, just like Friday. So Monday and Friday, those be one shot, one kill, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. You feel what I'm saying? And then no news Mondays, no trade at all. So if it ain't no news on Monday, ain't no trade at all for me. And yeah, we're gonna rock that out for 6 months. We're gonna see if that can get us to the 100K. I already figured out it's simple to get to the 100K. Just break it down to you. So first of all, you have to get 4 accounts. That's the goal. You gotta get 4 accounts. So you gotta actually trade good to get 4 accounts. And once you get the 4 accounts, of course, once you get it past the buffer, right? You literally just gotta make $200 across 4 accounts, right? That's literally 50 points. So you could just have 2 contracts, right? Moving $4 a point, and you just need 50 points. So for $4 times 50 points, that's 200. That's $200, right? And if you do that across 4 accounts, right, that's $800, right? So that's $800 a day across. Literally making one trade, making $200, you make $800, right? And then you do that 4 times a week. Remember, we're not planning on trading 5 days out of the week. We're literally planning on trading Tuesday through Friday, right? So that's times 4, and then you get your $3,200 a week, right? Because you're literally making $800 per account per account. So I'm saying, so that $3,200 per week, and you do that times 4, that's 12,000. So I'm saying, you're literally only making $800 literally on one account, but it's just times 4 and then times, you know what I'm saying? So that's 12 bands a month times 6. That's the 70. That's the 76,000. But you see, I was doing this maybe like 10 months ago. So of that was just 800. So how I'm gonna get to the 10,000 is the first after the first month of me doing it consistently. I'm gonna just scale up to 3 contracts, right? It's just 3 or 4 contracts, and that's it, right? So if I do the math, 3 contracts now, I'm doing $60. Now I'm doing $6 a point. $6 a point times 50. Now that's a $300. So I do $300 times 4. I made $1,200 a day, right? Overall, which is $300 per account, and I do that 4 days a week. Right now, that's $4,800. You know what I'm saying? And that's $4,800. Is this $4,800 a week? I think it's $4,800 a week. So let me do the math again. If I'm doing $6 a point times 50, so each trade I make, I go $300, but I do that times 4 because I'm copy trading it. So that's $1,200 a day. And if I do that times 4 because I'm trading 4 days out of the week, that's $4,800 a week. Literally only, you know what I'm saying? Literally only making $300 a day, $1,200 a day, per account, and you do 4,800 times 4, because now you're doing $4,800 a week times 4. That's almost 19,000, and then you do the math. You do times, because they take, if you're not on the Pro X account, they're gonna take 20%. If you're on the Pro Plus account, they're gonna take 10%. So we just speaking on basically if I don't get upgraded to the live account. We just speaking if I stay at the Plus account. I mean, just the Pro account. So it'd be times 20% equals. So you see, they'll take 13,000. So they'll take 30. So they'll take $3,800. So 19,200 minus 3,800. That's 15,000 a month. So I do 15,000 a month times, you got 6 more months left, and that's how I would get my 100,000. And that's with 3, right? And then the next month, remember I got 6 months. So after the first month, I just do it with 2 contracts. The next month, I just do it with 3 contracts, and then the following month, I just do it with 4 contracts, and I just stay at the 4 because there's no point on me going to 10 contracts because my psychologically, I'm not ready for that, right? ICT said you want to scale up gradually, right? Go from 1 contract to 2 contracts, 2 contracts to 3 contracts, 3 contracts to 4 contracts. After you go to 4 contracts, then you can kind of go to 6, 7, and then after 6, 7, then you can kind of go to the 10. But you gotta gradually scale up. Right, so that's the plan on how to make 100, on how I'm going to make 100,000. But like actually be you literally gotta just trade the right way, right? So that's the plan I want to going to do, and you see, I'm going to be right doing basically taking these same trades, right, going from the 5 minute, going to the 1 minute, right, and waiting for that displacement candle on the 5 minute. Once you get the displacement candle on the 5 minute, then you can jump down to the 1 minute, right? But that's on the other accounts. On one account, I'm gonna be more aggressive, right, which is just waiting on my actual play that I usually catch, which is on the 1 minute. I'm just letting it. I'm giving it a little bit more room. Show me. I want it to show me. I'm really literally waiting on inverses, right? So that's actually the key. Like if you literally wait on inverse for value gaps, like that's this, like especially the ones that being used, like just how this fair value gap right here. You see how? So let me delete all these zones because I'm done talking about what I was going to do. So if you just focus on inverses, bro, look how this inverse fair value gap gets used to go down. Right. So you see the fair value gap. So they draw it because first it was a CB. All right. So look at this. These be the best plays, bro. So we go up, we come down, we go all the way down, we come up, use this bearish fair value gap. Look how we stay in the lower half. Look at the bodies are in the lower half. The wicks is up. The wicks are up here, which means the wicks do the damage, but the bodies tell the story. The body is showing you that it want to go down. Look how far it goes down, sweeping out this low. Now, once we get back above this, you want to see it get used as an inverse fair value gap, preferably if it has multiple confluences. Like you see how I broke down, we had the bullish fair value gap. I'm sorry, we had the bullish order block right here, right? You got the bullish breaker, and then you got the inverse. So when you see it, use it and just run up. These be the best plays right here, right? These inverse fair value gaps, especially when it's coupled with the 5 minute and it's coupled with other things on the 1 minute, right? So these are the plays that I'm going to be most likely taken, right? These bullish breakers, these bullish inverses, or bearish inverses, or bearish breakers. It don't really matter. But preferably, it's going to be bullish plays because I know the market likes to go up 73, 74% of the time. So why not align yourself with that, especially using the macro times, right? So I'm only going to be using the 2022 model, long or short, don't matter. And I'm going to be using these inverses and these bullish breakers to take me to the 100,000. So let's get it. I hope y'all watch the journey. I hope y'all like I said, this is my third year of trading. I mean I've been trading for 3 years in what we in June. Basically 3 years and like 3 years and 6 months, right? I'm going on my fourth year in December and January. So how it'll be lovely to finish off the year, right? Up 100K. Right? I'm already up about 6 bands on the year. And this is my first year being profitable. Actually, the last 4 or 3 years it was literally unprofitable. First year was like down like maybe like 10K. Second year down like maybe like 5, 6K, around the same thing, right? Well, yeah, around the same thing, 4 or 5K second year, because I learned that okay, I had to actually learn how to lose money, not just trade all the time. That's how I got into the prop firm and stuff like that. So third year I was down. I think I lost like 4K last year, right? Because I was doing a lot of prop firms, right? I wasn't doing too much live money, right? So a lot of the losses came from prop firms and live accounts too, though. But this year I'm ready. I already flipped that, right? I'm already up 6K, and I literally don't plan on losing a lot of money because I literally trade prop firms, right? So my risk management is going to be lovely, right? I do still go live from time to time, right? I still throw 500, throw 1,000 from time to time. Once I take the money from the funded accounts, I do put it into the live account, right? But once I run it up a little bit, I'll just withdraw all the money because why use my live account right now when I could just leverage prop firms, right? So I'm just building up my buffer, building up my funds, right? So eventually, once I do run up this 100K, once I do run up a big bag, I could just start parking that money into my live account, into other investments, into my long-term portfolio, and just using everything, using the live accounts, using the fund accounts, using everything, right? Because I do want to travel and trade, right? That's what I really want to do. If you know about Aristotle, that's what I want to do: travel and trade. So let's get it.